Sports Talking with your host, Andrew Faubert of North Sports Dynasty. Yes, it is me, the crazy ginger of the North. And I'm finally get to sit down in my chair after helping with all this wedding crap today and cleaning this house. It's been really nice to actually sit down, smoke something, and be able to hang out with real sports enthusiasts, just like the fans here. I see you all in the comment section already. Good to see every single one of you. Misador, Jared, Teresa, Fred, Ray Kennedy, and Kate, Alyssa, Sean Spencer. The whole gang is here. So you know what? Let's not even hesitate about what we're supposed to do here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just like and share and follow North Sports Dynasty right here, right now, so you can tell all your friends that the boys are back in town. That's right. About 3-4 years ago, I was hanging underneath my stairs, and then all of a sudden, randomly, boop, on my phone came popping up, Mr. Peter King is what I used to call him, and now I know him as his real name, Mr. Peter Blake. And then he introduced me to the other crazy guy who has a swimming pool, Mr. Ray Kennedy, who introduced me to this crazy smooth-talking and bet enthusiast in Harry Berg. And all three of these gentlemen decided to join this platform tonight. So I decided to give them their own intro. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get them all on and enjoy what is supposed to be one hell of an hour. Let's get it started with the NSD special. Finally here. Let's start off from my left or your right, wherever the heck you're sitting. Bucs Report very own Tampa Bay Rays Ray Kennedy. Below me directly, the CW44's Tampa Bay, the Amped Up Sports host, the Sports Web's very own Peter King, a.k.a. Peter Blake, and 1252's beside him, smooth talking, money making, the over and unders host, Harry Berg, or as we know him, Harry the Greek. Gentlemen, how the hell are we doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
How do we even follow up with that?
I don't know how you follow up with that. I love how he opens up the show. He's got what's those 3 words we always say on the sports web?
Oh God, don't do it.
Oh, you cut me off.
Don't you do that. I need that.
Cut me off. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Yes.
That's right. See,
what do you guys have to
learned
lose?
it from.
Andrew introduces me, and then he says, below me. And I'm like,
Below me.
I mean, Andrew, buy me a drink first. I've only known you for 4 years, bro.
Oh, drinks? You got drinks?
Drinks. Wait a minute.
Drinks?
Drinks.
Cheers.
Here's to the Tampa Bay Rays on a win streak.
Yep, and here's to my St. Louis Cardinals continuing to do what they do every single year: be 500 and make fans buy tickets. That's exactly what we are.
Oh.
Boy, Roger already likes you, so that's a good thing.
So let's start this off right here, right now. I got a bunch of Tampa Bay Buccaneer enthusiasts, and I got a bunch of guys here who actually live in the Tampa Bay area, where it has actually been one hell of a time for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the last couple of years. We got a Super Bowl. We got one hell of a comeback against the LA Rams, which inevitably led to that pass to Cooper Kupp, which is fine. We'll get it back.
Yeah.
But y'all have been hanging out there in Tampa. You all have been doing your shows and stuff like that. And the longest I have seen anybody in here is Mr. Peter Blake. So let's start with you, Peter Blake. Tell me what it's like being here in Tampa, finally getting on TV where you deserve to be. But not only that, talking your Tampa Bay Buccaneers every week, talking the Tampa Bay Lightning because they've obviously been on a streak. What's it like being in Tampa Bay right now, my friend?
It's awesome. It's Tampa Bay, right? I mean, everybody's been talking about it. There was a time there where Tom Brady retires, and then we don't know if he's going to be the starting quarterback, and then he comes back. Gronkowski retires. He comes out the other day. He's saying he's officially retired. Of course, you got the Tampa Bay Lightning, 2-time Stanley Cup champs, falling to the Colorado Avalanche. But just winning times here, man. It feels beautiful to cover it. I love covering it because I'm actually from here. I'm not from somewhere else. So it's just a beautiful time that I think a lot of fans should just, kind of enjoy everything that's going on right now here in the area.
And Harry, obviously you're a Bears fan. We all have known that you're a Bear down. You always will be. I mean, you respect the Tampa Bay area. I know you like the Rays and stuff like that. So what's it being the outside perspective of this right now, being, a fan of a different team? Like, are you still just like enjoying this? Like, are you kind of, soaking up this winning atmosphere that's going on in Tampa?
When I'm not handicapping, and I already told you this, everybody knows my hearts and my roots always go back to Chicago, but that's a great question. But from a handicapper's perspective, Andrew, you can't have any favorite team, because if you do, you cannot make an educated decision, especially when it comes from a monetary standpoint. I've explained that to Ray numerous times. We've had many a beer sitting on my front porch if he's in my pool or I'm in his pool, and we've already explained that numerous times. But to answer your question, it's great to be here in Tampa Bay.
It really is. It's great to be here because you always feed me on Friday night.
Oh, my God.
And now
he feeds me. He gives you good bets. I mean, he makes me laugh sometimes. Sometimes he makes me cringe. I mean, he's a good dude. And then we got Ray right next door.
Right. What did we do last Saturday? Tell everybody what was it like over here at the Greeks household? We were talking about sports. We were watching sports. We were watching horse racing. Go ahead and give everybody a little bit of a perspective about that. I mean, how was that?
Well,
I'll tell you what it's like to be in Tampa Bay.
Full disclosure, Harry?
Absolutely.
Well, I go over to Harry's like I do on Saturday when the family's out of town. I'll be joining my beautiful family this week and up there in the Smoky Mountains. But so I go over there. It's a pool party, and the beautiful Miss Jamie is out there, and Harry, and I come out, and he says, I've got 3 in the pick 5, which obviously means he's picked the first 3 races. So we proceed about 15 minutes for the horses to finally get around and get into post. Harry nails the 4th. So things are starting to heat up. Harry says, I got a shot at the 5th, and the 5th's looking good. The lowest one would have been, well, let's just not get to the lowest. The lowest was 26K, the middle was 54K, and the upper was about 112K, somewhere around there, right, Harry?
Yeah. And I ran first, second, and fourth.
First, second, and fourth.
Awesome.
Did hit the 26 dimes.
I wasn't 26 dimes, but
$26,000, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
What are you doing with your life if you're not listening to this man right here give out bets? 26,000. I can't. I need to make 26,000. I can't make 26 cents at this point.
No, but
now,
so
if I'm not
back when
mistaken,
Andrew was asking me what's it like to be here in Tampa Bay from being an outsider.
Yeah,
I've actually lived in Florida longer than I have in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there's nothing wrong with being able to root for 2 football teams, 2 baseball teams, or even 2 hockey teams. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Sure.
Okay. As a matter of fact, I had a jersey made in baseball one time where the White Sox, I had the White Sox logo on the front, and on the back, it was a Rays logo.
Nice.
I'm
Interesting.
not kidding. Okay. And that's just, everybody's like, oh, what's that supposed to mean?
Right.
That means I root for 2 baseball teams, you derelict?
That's what it means.
listen,
That's exactly what it means.
But,
Which you can. I mean, yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
I've talked about it before. I grew up as a Cubs fan, still watch, but more than anything else, I watch the Rays. So,
well, and
sometimes
honestly,
it's hard to watch them.
I've started to get more into baseball betting because of Harry, but also because of this guy beside me, Mr. Ray. You love the Rays, like you literally, like I don't know if you're actually named after the Rays. I don't know.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to take credit for that because I gave him the nickname before he had it. It was Tampa Bay Ray on the sidewalk.
Is that an actual thing? Like I could clip that, like the actual name Tampa Bay Ray came from Mr. Peter Blake.
Well, not only that, but if you go to my Wikipedia page, which I don't have, Pete also gave me the best of the Bay. I mean, I won. I did win the best of the Bay, best local columnist, Creative Loafing 2019 for my hard writing because I bring that. But Pete. Yeah, I got my best nicknames from Pete and then from Harry. Just a lot of agita.
I find it funny that
at
you
least,
guys,
you know what? At least I saved you guys and brought you the penicillin shots. Okay, so let's just not go there.
Thank you, Harry.
well, and all of you guys are neighbors, so like you guys have lived obviously in the same area. You guys have obviously hung out and stuff like that, and you guys have been best friends for I don't even know how many years now. Like, how long have you all three of you guys known each other? To be honest.
Well, I was in the block first. I'd say for 20 years now. I've been on this block. Ray, you moved in what, about 11 years ago?
2010.
Yeah, so about
right
12 years ago.
Yes.
And then Peter's kind of the outsider. He lives about 15 miles away north of us. But
it seems like it. I mean, it seems like 20 miles away tonight to get here with the rainstorm. But you're exactly right. What do we meet a couple of years ago?
Yeah, but you know what's really funny? I'll tell you how I got involved with going back into my roots. See, I was in radio years ago, years and years and years ago. Ray had asked me for like a season when he was with Bucs Report. While he's with Bucs Report.
Right. He still is.
Yes.
I'm just getting that wrong. But anyway,
all right.
All good, buddy.
There was a lot of times where he would say, hey, man, I'd like you to get on this program with me. I want to talk about this gambling thing. Leave me alone.
Right.
All right. Why not? So one day I come home, my driveway is set up. I mean,
brother.
There's a table out there. We have a camera. And I'm like, I'm going to sit out in front of my driveway. My neighbors are driving by going, what the hell are they doing?
We owned it.
But the moment that mic got in front of my face,
that
TV camera came on.
Yep.
And Keith Larson says, this guy sounds like Ron Diaz. And I went, all right, I'm gone. I'm coming right back.
That's it.
And then I went down as a guest to the Deck Bar and Grill with Ray. That's where I met Peter for the first time.
Down there.
They all loved me because I spent, what it was, Ray, $150 worth of food and drinks. Peter loved me. That's how you put food for
Absolutely.
Hey, this guy can come by here anytime he wants
to. Absolutely. I'm an easy man to please. Just feed me and make me laugh, and I'm good to go.
And then I met great people, on the other platform from before. Like Teresa Baxter. God, I absolutely love that woman.
She's actually dropping in here tonight.
Hi,
what
Teresa.
a lineup.
What's up, Teresa?
Very good friend of mine, Mr. Steven Glasker. Absolutely loved him.
Yeah.
JC Allen,
Joshua Cole.
Now he's JC, but he was Joshua. He came on the sports web. So we met a lot of great people and networked with a lot of.
Hey, Pete, make no doubt that day Joshua came over here to the pool, he broke his cherry that day here in Florida. He was.
I trained all you guys. I trained all you guys. Right. I trained all of you guys.
You're still the first one to admit it. I literally, when I said I was underneath those stairs, if you ever go back and watch the first ever NSD show, it is literally done underneath those stairs. Because I was like, I'm just gonna start from literally where the second I saw Peter Blake and 24/7 Sports, because they get a shout, like Kevin Boylett and all those guys. This will always get a shout out too. They're from Nashville, but it was you too, and mostly you, Peter, because your interactions with the fans and stuff like that was absolutely incredible. And then it was just the comminglement, the group of you guys. Like the fact that you guys were so good. And then the Deck Bar and Grill. I wanted to bring this up here. Who is the owner again of the Deck Bar and Grill? Or
Cedric.
No, Cedric's not the owner. Dean is one of the owners. The other gentleman, please forgive me if he's watching the show. I don't remember him. But really nice guy. But Cedric is the general manager. I've known Cedric for quite a few years.
Okay.
Love that guy.
They've been around for a while, but the food there, by the way, was just incredible. It was very easy to go back, and I'll tell you what, man, there was nothing like going out to the Deck or even Ferg's to go watch a game. When you were there, the people were just coming to life, man. I just couldn't even explain it to you. There was so much synergy, Leo, and then you had Ray and I bouncing around on the outside.
Yep.
We're having a drink and smoking a cigarette, and you had Joshua and you had Peter
Blake
up
Anthony as well.
Right.
There's another name that I had forgotten.
With,
Shout out to you,
Blake Anthony sitting right up front with him, and all of a sudden you hear Peter go, "Well, let's ask the guys what he thinks about it." Wait a minute, where are they? Oh, hey guys, we're still here because Ray and I are having a good time talking to people and just building it up. But man, I'll tell you what, that was a lot of fun. Too bad they screwed that all up.
Yeah, it's too bad. But you know what? We had a good time together, and we all networked, and we're all friends, and we can all look back at that and and say, man, that was a moment in time where we just had a group, a collection of.
Well, you're back to Fergs now, Pete. You went down there and shot a nice piece down there, talking about some great stuff and doing what you do for WTOG. You had a chance to interview Coach Ferg, Mark Ferguson out there, and that was really our first place. That was where we did Bucs games for 2 years. Remember, we tried to get them to do a breakfast for the Bucs Panthers England game.
Well, they did. They did a breakfast. We went out there, and then of course the Bucs got they got, well, it was pretty good breakfast. I mean, getting out there at 7 and getting their doors blown off, but we had a pretty good crowd out there. I mean, we did shows on Saturday about the Rays and about the Bucs at that time, and on the sidewalk, and just having people walk through. I mean, it was good times. So, being out there the other day and just having, the CW shirt. I don't think I take this shirt off. I think I sleep in it. Because
it's a tattoo.
I'm so
it's
proud.
Like art, but it looks good.
I probably did. I'm so proud to wear this, because to me, all that stuff that we did together as a group, as friends, that was the foundation to where I am now. And I really I appreciate you guys always supporting me and always being there with us, and when we're on this journey together. And it's just been amazing.
It's been a lot of fun.
And to be honest, bringing up, say, was it Fergs or Bergs?
No, Fergs.
Fergs. Okay,
Fergs. Yeah.
When I still remember when I worked, and I know you guys live in the States, so will mince my words properly, so ain't nobody getting, blah, blah. When I worked in the tomato fields, as everybody knows, and you guys would do your sound checks, and I was one of the only people available.
Oh my
and I
God.
would tell my boss, I'm like, I'm gonna go do the other side if you don't mind. And I'm sitting in there in a multi-million-dollar tomato factory doing sound check for you guys too, which was one of my favorite things ever. It was just quick, like JC Allen running back and forth that one day, like in and out, trying to find out why that weird buzzing sound was coming, and just the frustration on his face for like an hour. And then when it was gone, just his arms being like, fuck yeah. Like, it's just those little things I do miss, because they were so much fun. Because I even see where obviously JC Allen is, and shout out to you, Joshua Cole Allen, if you're watching tonight, or if you ever watch here later.
Don't forget about Gene Thomas too, man.
Well, Gene Thomas, I miss Gene. We did some shows together before.
Gene Thomas, my favorite.
My
favorite that we all forget, the one person's name who actually got it brought up on the Pat McAfee show. Mr. Nick Citro himself.
Nitro Nick Citro.
Who is
No. Hey, Dr. Nick Citro.
Dr. Nick Citro. The doctor is in, and he can't make any more. Apparently, I don't see him on any shows. I remember getting that guy on during the draft, and I think we went like 4 or 5 days a week. And that one draft time, he stayed on for like 4 or 5 hours, just breaking down prospects I never even heard of. It's just great. Absolutely unbelievable.
I will also. Oh no, go ahead.
You know what was really frustrating? It was hilarious. God rest his soul, Pat. I think you might remember Pat.
I remember Pat. I met you the first 3 shows you had Pat on. I respect
and Pat passed away very, very young man. Unfortunately. But Ray's going to remember this. I still have the picture of it, and I'll show Ray when I see him when we were doing the draft show. Okay. He's got my burger in his mouth. And Ray and I are sitting up on stage, and I was like, trying to look through the lights, and he's sitting next to Jamie, and he's going, whoop, whoop. I'm not eating your burger. Okay. And then he's sitting next to me. Then he gets up, and then Joshua Cole Allen comes up. This is hilarious.
Okay.
Josh, who do you think is going to be? Oh, it's going to be so-and-so. It's like 5 minutes to the next pick.
Yeah. It's amazing.
We're in the second round. This is day 2.
Yep.
We're in the third round. Oh, it's going to be this player.
I think it was the draft. I think it was the draft that I missed.
Oh, it's going to be.
It was. I think it was. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the Vita Vea one. He was 100% on, and the Joe Tryon one. He was 100%. I know he was 100% on the Washington picks, like the Washington.
Well, he was on Joe Tryon. Vita Vea was back a little ways.
This is sick. Yeah. He's giving an analogy even after the pick, and he'd lean over to me and he goes, "Harry, what did you think of that?" And I'd be like, my standard answer: high motor. Man, what an upside!
High motor. You can just always
bright future.
You can just talk about
ceiling.
Say that.
It's got a real high ceiling.
Right.
And after about the 10th one, he says, do you have anything else for me other than a high ceiling, high motor? And I went,
High
fuck
ceiling.
no.
High ceiling.
Big motor, high ceiling.
So also, I wanted to give a shout because I got a lot of Canadian friends who are going to watch this eventually here too. And I see a lot of your guys' old fans popping in here too. Like Christopher Cole's popping in. It says Andrew 44, Pete, Harry the Greek, Tampa Bay Ray. Look at this. This is a great lineup. I agree.
Hey, this is a good lineup, guys.
The guy who I always thought was just going to be the literal number one troll, and then I started doing shows with him, Mr. Ben Cornett.
He's great. Ben is great. He is a troll, but he's not the number one troll. We all know who that is. Either Roger or Troy Polamalu.
I love
Roger. Or Corey Brown. Corey Brown used to be the number one troll.
Corey gets respect, but your Troy Polamalu guy there, I will give him a shout out because he came on to one of my shows. I was just doing it by myself one time.
Wait a minute, he actually came on the show?
Not like on the show, like he was in the comment section, and he just kept going like, I love Peter Blake. When the hell are you having Peter Blake on? And I'm like, I don't like, this is NSD, dude. Like, I want to have Peter on. I'll get it when I'm bigger. You know what I mean?
This is NSD. You got any for me? I need some.
It sounds like a other previous platform
that we
were a part of.
I got NSD. No,
but it was.
No,
I love him. He's good.
I gotta love this because Roger's watching right now. He says, "Peter, you're on TV right now." So
Peter's
with my
on
segment,
that's okay. I recorded it.
You recorded it for me?
I swear to God, it's recorded.
All right, that's good.
Don't worry, little
Rolex
Pete.
reporter.
I got your
Honestly, don't you guys
little
like it? We want a little poll out there, even from the panel. I'm your host, Harry the Greek, with a little Pete.
No.
Okay, first thing. All three of you, for your shows, have always had either an opening catchphrase or an outro, catchphrase.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've always appreciated. I am still, and this is true, Ray, I still want one of your cups. Because honestly, nothing when it comes to like actual physical merchandise, in my opinion, is smarter than morning, like a cup of Ray.
A mug of Ray, yeah.
A cup of Ray in the morning, right?
A mug.
But that little jingle has been absolutely perfect. Peter with the whole bring your passion, which to be fair, and Harry has also done this too, but like Harry, let's be fair. Like Peter's got just a little bit more, like Peter can go crazy if he wants. I've seen you go crazy, but you stay like stationary when you go crazy. I've seen Peter like, when I say blow up, I mean like someone come into the comment section and say something stupid and Peter put them in this place. Okay?
Oh yeah,
I've seen
like he looks like Chucky and Satan together on a gurney. Okay, look. You see, and I'm one of the few that can get this guy to laugh like there's no tomorrow. Like seriously, he'd wet his pants. He laughed so hard.
Oh man, we got some great laughs, but you're exactly right. I remember some of those trolls coming for me, and of course it was during the Winston days, was it not? I mean, gentlemen, we had so many shows where Jameis Winston was the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we went 2-3 hours trying to basically, calm these fans down from jumping off. Yes,
it was psychotherapy.
Jumping off the Skyway Bridge almost every
everybody.
Sunday, especially out at Berg's. And we got to a point where we didn't even know what to say. In fact, the last game where Winston throws his 30th interception, it's just like,
and it ends with a pick six.
I don't know what to say.
I want to give a shout out to my wife. Don't worry, baby. I'm coming. Just a little bit.
Jeez, you.
I did want to give a shout out.
I can't unsee that.
Yes, you can, Ray. You go to your second floor, you get your binoculars out going.
Oh, then I can see it.
Yeah, Ray. Creepy Ray. We
you guys doing a show?
Ray.
Huh?
We've seen you before, Ray.
Oh, that is a little Petey.
Yeah, I got a really nice pool. Ray loves my pool.
Petey. Jeez.
It's funny because when Ray's at the house, he doesn't announce. He just comes through the backyard and you hear, what the hell was that? And my wife's going, oh, it's just Ray in the pool.
Why?
Yeah, just Ray in the pool.
I would do
it's
the
a
same
nice
thing.
pool. It's a nice pool.
You know him. You just you don't even have to text him probably at this point. You just jump in, just wave like, hey,
no.
I'll clean up and fine.
It's just I will tell you one thing. It freaked me out. It was in the middle of the night one time. We're doing a show, and I'm hearing these weird noises, and I'm like, I can't get up. And all of a sudden, I turn around, and I see these two eyes glaring at me, if you notice, right through that window right there.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, go get my gun. I swear to God, I didn't know what it was. I opened up. I was like, Ray,
Ray, what are you doing?
Wait,
I
what's
thought
going on? Is that you? Yeah, man. I'm just back here hanging out a
I
little
thought
bit.
you guys were going to get busy. I want to have a good spot.
Now,
I'm
speaking
a
of good
voyeur.
spot, I going back to this little thing about Peter and Ray here. I found this picture because you guys used to do shows like kind of. I'll not say before Bucs Report, I don't think, but like you guys used to do things together, like other shows, right?
Yeah, Blake and Blake Sports and Sports
Yeah.
Web and yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
which one is this one?
Oh,
Well, look at that. That is actually out at the
the
Outback Bowl.
Yeah,
Leo
Okay.
Haggerty, the legend, who's also been a part of these shows, my buddy right there.
yeah. They left me
Okay.
home.
No, that's not true.
No, no, they
I don't
left
think
me
we knew
home.
each other back then.
No, we knew each other back then. Y'all left me home.
We did?
You left me home.
Well, I tried to get you credentialed.
No,
So,
that's
yes,
okay,
that
bro.
was us there at the
While
Outback
while
Bowl.
you guys were playing with each other.
Would
at
you
the Outback-
shut up and be quiet?
But you were
There it
saying when
is.
y'all were playing with each other at the Outback Bowl, I was probably
Whatever.
winning 5 dimes on some sports.
You probably were
Yeah,
winning
not
5
5
times.
no.
What
But
are you
here's the
talking
thing.
about?
I was interviewing coaches showing Ray the way.
Now,
Remember, Ray?
Peter,
Yes.
if I'm right, that was PJ Fleck and Gus Malzone, right? The coach.
It was.
for-
You're absolutely
PJ
correct.
Fleck,
And we
the
had
coach for the Minnesota
The
Golden
PJ
Gophers, and
Fleck, that's right.
we had
Gold-
PJ
Gus
Fleck
Malzone.
with the soundbite, which was amazing. You have to go back
Yes.
and play that. And then we also had Tyler Johnson before he was a Tampa Bay
well,
Buccaneer.
he was a Buck. Tyler Johnson.
Yes.
Pete asked him a great question.
Yes,
That's right.
thank you.
Hey,
I got a guy.
You got a guy?
I got a guy. All
What
right?
guy you got?
I got a guy. Hey,
You gonna make me some money?
I can make you some money.
Well, do make you some money.
Hey,
You're talking about all this record, like 103 and 58. Well, where's the money?
Hold on, time out. You mean to tell me Rolex reporter ain't got like cash, man? Like that Rolex right there. If Peter ever really needed to, like, he's
Yeah,
good, man.
it's worth. I've got somebody who did a
Appraisal.
appraisal on it. Yeah, 20,000.
Nice.
Yeah. So
And honestly, that was one I wish I was trying to actually
you're
download that
reaching that
earlier.
drawer right there.
uh-huh.
I got 10 large stacks.
Oh,
Why
you
don't
do?
Just take your watch off and hand it to me.
Oh no,
It's
I'm
right here. I'll show you.
Don't-
okay. What do you
Harry, get your hand out of his crotch.
Is there an adult in the room? Oh, hold
here
on.
comes the
Oh no!
Oh, there's
oh,
Amy.
oh, no!
Hello.
Hello, wait, she comes up here like this.
There you go. Say hello. That's Andrew.
Hi guys, I'm listening to you.
Hi,
Jamie.
how you been?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good.
She's
I
nervous.
saw the abuse that
She's
she
not
did to
nervous.
her
She's not
earlier.
nervous. My husband's not a little anything.
Oh God!
Wow,
Say
and
hello.
that's why you married. That's why you married her in the first place. That was so
All
good
right,
on your
hey,
part to
let's
do that.
let's
That's
whip that-
awesome.
Whip that bitch out, Harry. Let's go.
Whip
Will you
that bitch
shut
out.
up and be quiet, Ray?
He said to whip the bitch. I don't know. what
Oh,
he meant by that.
jeez.
Get out of here.
See, this is a good thing that we decided to actually do this on the NSD platform, where the only person who makes the rules here technically is me. So yeah, couple other comments I wanted to get to as well. Shout out to Roger here for you as well, because I wanted to also give a shout out to Roger. I've been with Peter since 2003.
Yes,
That is a fan and a half.
it is. It is. I'll give you a quick story. When I started out in radio, I was doing CBS Sports Talk Radio, 1010 AM, and we were doing a show called The Front Row, and there's about 2 or 3 callers. Roger was one of them. He usually called in drunk. And look, if you could do sports talk radio at 11 p.m. at night to 1 a.m., you could do radio anywhere. So he was there for it. It was awesome. It was great times. Never forget that guy, because I work with that guy. That guy is one of my best buddies. So
Rays win. Rays win. 5 in
Rays
a row.
win. There you go.
Hey, there
And
you
they
go.
knock off the
You lost your
Orioles.
bet on that, by the way.
I did too. I did.
You
too.
you bet on the Orioles.
No,
I
didn't.
did.
You
I
said
actually-
on the show.
If I had to make a bet,
you would have
I
lost it.
would have played the Orioles, but it didn't
Yeah.
say I bet the Orioles.
Well,
that's
Those
good.
3 teams I gave
That's
up.
good.
We're
I
gonna
will
take
Keep your bets low.
and your returns high.
Okay, there you go.
Right. That's right. See, and you got
Okay.
some round of applause. For
And
the-
Harry,
Honey,
Christian
Harry,
Janfeld, thank you for
Harry.
tuning in.
No.
Harry, I got to ask you something. No, can you hear me?
What is Ray doing?
Harry he wants to ask you something.
Who
Go
does?
ahead, Ray.
Is that
Ray,
a
go
Rays
ahead.
dance? Is that what that is, Ray?
It's a muscle dancer.
Oh, jeez.
Weren't the Rays the home underdog tonight?
No, they were favorites, Ray.
They were favorites.
They were favorites.
Uh-oh.
Of course they were.
Oh.
That's the
And they
reason I took
covered.
the
So it goes
Orioles.
back to the do theory.
Even the Greek's wife knows they were
Wait,
favorites.
Of course they were favorites. They're bitten Baltimore.
Baltimore's
Baltimore.
won 10 in a
No,
row.
Baltimore's won 10 in a row.
Doesn't matter.
That was
The
a
Rays are
good.
still at home.
You would have bet the Rays over what Harry said with the Orioles.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No. You ever bet against Harry on anything?
Oh,
Harry and
God.
Little
And how many times have you won? How many times have you kept your bets low? This cat, I think, is going to get into this.
Oh, wow.
That's okay. We're bringing
We
everyone
got the
in
next
this
version of the anger producer.
You just shut up. I'm so excited.
It's the
Are you?
more calm producer.
Oh yeah.
What'd you have for dinner?
We're getting out of control.
I had a baconator.
Hey!
Hi,
Hey,
honey.
look at that.
Kitty.
The cat blocked us again.
No. Don't go near him because I have to get him.
Well,
Kitties.
I got a frosty break here because I got Wendy's tonight, so I'm going to take some of my frosty. Thanks.
Well, this is how I do that for you, gentlemen. In order to take a frosty break and stuff like that, we're just going to take a quick commercial break because I need a quick little thing too. We all need a quick little refresher. We'll be right back in 1 minute here with NSD's very own host, Andrew Faubert, and this onslaught. What happened to Ray? We're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back.
Ray
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live on NSD.
What Ray?
like that.
What's Ray eating? What
Yeah,
is
really,
he?
Ray? What are you?
What
eating?
are you eating, Ray?
It is I had the two freshest bacon double cheeseburgers from the Burger King over here. I've been eating them there since I was knee high to a grasshopper. I grew up here in Seminole, and
I was just eating a bacon cheeseburger. That's weird.
Yeah, but at least I bought yours over at Wendy's.
You did buy it over Wendy's. Thank you.
You-
This show brought to you by Wendy's right there. There you go.
You have as much excitement on your face eating that Burger King burger as David Hasselhoff did in that video.
Oh my God.
So getting a couple of comments here because we got a lot of old school fans.
I love it.
Christopher Cole, I did see your one comment there and I wanted to see, the Andrew 44 Pete, Harry the Greek, and Tampa Bay Ray. I
Let me
like
ask-
that comment, my friend.
can I ask
Go
you
ahead,
something?
Ray. Of course, buddy.
the overseas stuff sells anyway. But man, great news we see yesterday. The Germany game, Buccaneers home game against the Seattle Seahawks, sold out. It is going to be a ruckus party over there. Those Germans are going to have a crazy good time. And the Buccaneers are going to put a spanking on those Seattle Seahawks in week 10 and then come back and enjoy a bye week as we get ready for the second season, which is a second half and the run up to the postseason.
Well, they should. Wow, that's really loud. They
me?
should absolutely.
Now, Peter,
yes.
you remember when Brady first came here? I think me and you kind of were on the same wavelength. We were like 10-6, 11-5.
Yep.
We'll probably do our winning streak right after the last bye, and then we'll just all the way through. And that's ended up what happened, right? Kind of with what Ray was saying there. Do you think that's what it's going to take with that big ruckus crowd in Germany? We're going to get a bunch of new fans. Brady's got one last little hoorah in a whole different country, and we got 1 week back. Do you think that's what it's going to take again this upcoming year? Is that late week bye, kind of mid-season bye, where we just win it all the way through to do it? What do you think?
It might. I mean, the way they're starting out, the first 4 games are going to be tough. If you can get through those first 4 games, and after that, your schedule is pretty winnable. And you're exactly right. You have an opportunity, and it's not the team that's playing the best the first of the year. It's the team that's in the second half of the year that's playing the best leading up to the postseason. So definitely Tampa Bay's got an opportunity. Their mindset has always been, and this coming from Brady, unfinished business. You talk to a lot of players on this team and you hear from them, they're still bothered by that Rams loss. So we'll see how this all plays out. But of course, offensively, I think they're going to be hurt by Gronk retiring. He's come out this week and said officially he's done with football. So that's a big time loss, not only as a pass catching threat, but also as an inline blocker. So who's going to step up at that position? Is it going to be Cam Brady? Is it going to be somebody else? Are the Bucs going to go out and get a free agent or depend on their rookies? And then what's the health of Chris Godwin? Because you hear, look, they're planning on him playing in week 1. We'll see if that transpires or not. At the end of the day, it always comes down to Tom Brady. Tom Brady gives you the opportunity to win a Super Bowl. If this defense is a little bit better and can stay healthy, sky's the limit, gentlemen.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. And Andrew, you alluded to the fact about, what talking about Tom, what it took that first year. We had that late bye week, that week 12 after, and we come back against Minnesota.
Yeah.
And we know now that that was basically when Tom Brady finally got the verbiage and the offense down and got his timing down, and that defense came alive. The defense fed off of the fact that they could see that Tom Brady and Gronk and Evans and Godwin had really started to find this magic. And in 2022, you've got Tom back for his 3rd season, but you're possibly going to have a rookie at one of your guard positions. Of course, Ali Marpet retires, and then we lose Kappa to the Bengals. You're going to have Luke Goedeke there, one of the guard positions, and you got Shaq Mason, who previously played with Tom Brady in New England. He's going to be manning the right guard position, but you've also going to have possibly a tight end in Cade Otton, unless they bring in a veteran. What do you guys think? This big news today is the Bucs may be one of the teams interested for that New York Giants free agent. What do you hear there, Andrew?
Well, Kyle Rudolph is a guy that they would be interested in because he definitely has that nasty streak. He can block somewhat. He can also catch some passes. So, that would be a player I think the Bucs would also be interested in. Jimmy Graham has been mentioned at the end of the day. Prediction, guys, this offensive line is actually going to be better than it was last year. And I'll tell you why. Shaq Mason is an absolute upgrade over an Alex Kappa, 4th in Pro Football Focus. And this kid, Luke Goedeke,
buddy,
is a beast. And, talking to him and covering the draft for Amped Up Sports at $1, talking to him and asking him in so many words, what were you inspired by? Were you inspired by Ali Marpet? Small college guy, same type of attitude, same type of physicality. And he said, yeah, absolutely inspired by guys like that. So I'm looking forward to him playing left guard and being the starter there at the end of the day. What do you think, Jamie?
Go ahead, Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie. You want to talk about I know you want to talk about your Chicago Bears. I promise I won't talk any more stuff about them tonight because I've been going off on them. So.
I think I'm one of the only people I've found who is not a Bears fan who actually thinks the Bears is going to be a lot better than what Bear fans even think. I like Justin Fields. There's a reason why he was supposed to be drafted, obviously, second. It's going to be the same thing that happens in this upcoming draft this year. Is one of these ultimate quarterbacks may not fall into the new style system, and everybody's going to kick tires on him and let him fall, and somebody's finally just going to let the kid play in an offense, and he's going to do good.
I think without Matt Nagy, he's got a real shot at doing something incredible.
Yep.
And I think he has all the talent in the world. He just wasn't. I just hope that what Matt Nagy did to him will not hurt him in the long run. He never should have been out there for the long. Yeah, he never should have been out there for the longest time. It was too much to. I hate you.
Right.
Concentrate on the cat, baby.
Yeah, geez, you and the cat. But I think you're absolutely right. I mean, because you can ruin a quarterback like that. 38 sacks that Bears offensive line gave up, and
the poor kid got killed.
Yeah, well,
for no good reason.
I mean,
you know what I mean? You had no shot of winning. Why did you keep putting him out there for nothing?
Well, and here's the thing, Andrew,
him.
You're right. All too well. Quarterbacks can basically, they could see ghosts at the end of the day when they take so many shots at that quarterback position. David Carr comes to mind, not Derek Carr, but David Carr. How many sacks did he have to suffer through with the Houston Texans?
Pete, I'm glad you said that, because the knock on Sam Darnold now in Carolina is that he sees ghosts. The guy was with a shitty New York Jets team. They had no offensive line. They draft Mekhi Becton, who proceeds to come in out of shape, misses most of his first season. They drafted another offensive lineman last year. Of course, after he left there, he goes down to Carolina, starts off 3-0, beats the New Orleans Saints 26-9, gets a groin injury.
Right.
I'm sure whatever it is, it's good.
Great job,
What is
Greek.
Harry doing?
Don't
Greek
ask.
is doing some bad
Don't.
stuff.
Don't ask. Don't.
Now-
He did the
It's
pull my
better.
finger thing, didn't he?
Just glad
Well,
we're in
no,
the
I tell you what,
kitchen.
Andrew. Let me ask you, Andrew.
Yeah.
I see Baker Mayfield. I see a kid with a dynamic arm. I see a kid that's a little pudgy, got a little belly to him, a little bit of swagger, but also a little bit of likes to play and draw outside the lines a little bit, if you will. Likes to take the crayons and draw outside the lines. Doesn't mean he can't be a gamer. I just don't know if he's a total conformist. Now, I see Sam Darnold going on his second year down there in Carolina. He was there all offseason in Ben McAdoo's installs. He's been there for 6 months. The 53 guys in the room, they may have already started to make a decision on who they want their leader to be coming in this season. Baker's down there now. He's got less than 5 weeks to get that Ben McAdoo offense down, and it is a complex offense.
Yep.
Are you shocked?
Baker will be the starting quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. I've seen enough, and I think the organization has seen enough for Sam Darnold and Big Boy.
Why not? They're on the other team's dime.
I mean,
I'm making the starter.
Right, exactly. The Browns are paying for that contract,
Right.
and you don't make a trade for a Baker Mayfield, who, by the way, guys, former first round overall draft pick. You're not going to make that trade if he's not going to be your starting quarterback.
Well,
From
here's the
day
thing.
one, he will be the starting quarterback of the
They didn't
Carolina
make
Panthers.
they didn't make a trade. They gave him a pound and a half of famous Jameis crab wings and a couple of $100.
That's it.
And a fifth round pick. And the last time
For a
fifth-round pick,
number one overall pick
Well, no, I'm
all
saying-
time.
what
And
I'm
I
saying
think
is
that-
that
I
they
think that
didn't.
if
Go ahead,
Ba-
Jamie. I'm
I
sorry.
think that if Baker Mayfield doesn't go down there and do something spectacular, then it's him, not everybody else.
Well, I agree with that. And
That's very
can
true.
that organization do enough around him? Of course, because Matt Rule, I think, is on the hot seat, and that's
Now,
another organization that
There's the big
continues to
issue.
hire and fire coaches. So
There's the big thing.
Who's
The one overlaying issue that the owner of Carolina is seeing is now that you can actually go and grab these first round quarterbacks who are, in these, plethora type draft classes.
Mhm.
He's looking at this next one coming up where there's supposed to be 5, possibly 6, possibly 7. And he knows that if Matt Rule can't get it done, this team that Carolina has, hell, you can go and make a run at Aaron Rodgers if you wanted. You can go and make a run like the Denver Broncos did at a Russell Wilson type of quarterback who's eventually going to be good. They have a defense that is absolutely phenomenal. It just needs to be utilized. And they got some offensive parts on that offense that is some people that I do not ever want to play against, like CMC and DJ Moore when he's healthy. That is also another issue that we do not like to have.
And they just drafted that big left tackle. That guy's a
Exactly.
mean.
Now, the one thing,
Right.
and that's the key with CMC. He's got to stay healthy. The whole team has got to stay healthy. And they were definitely, besieged, Leo word, by all the injuries they had defensively that really hurt them, especially a JC Horn. So they got to be excited about getting him back for basically his rookie year here. And we'll see what they do. But I think it always goes back to health and availability. And we know what Christian McCaffrey can do when he's healthy. And he hasn't been able to stay healthy at this point the last couple of years, consequently signing that big time contract. So that's what's going to make them go at the end of the day. If they want to relinquish the pressure off of anybody, especially at their quarterback position, whether it's Mayfield or Darnold, you're going to have to depend on a CMC. And if he's not going to get it done, then once again, those people are going to say, that's the reason why you don't draft a first round running back in the first place, or in that same breath, pay them an extension.
Hey, quick
Go ahead,
question.
Ray. Yep.
Quick question. Just want to know everyone's opinion. Jamie, yours included. If Baker Mayfield for the last 4 years had been in New York, where Le'Veon Bell went crazy and Antonio Brown went off the res, and they fired their general manager, and they had Adam Gase as a quarterback, and they couldn't find their asses from a hole in the ground. But Sam Darnold had been with Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland, and he had Nick Chubb, and he had Kareem Hunt, and he had Odell Beckham, and he had Jarvis Landry. He had a good tight end and a damn good offensive line. Are you guys still here to tell me that you would still be sitting here trying to telling me how much better of a quarterback, if we're going on numbers alone, that Baker Mayfield would have been with that shitty New York Jets team if Darnold would have had a chance to do what he did with that Browns team in a running game?
Well, to answer that question, I mean, what's the excuse from last year? He had weapons around with Carolina. What did he do last year? He couldn't stay healthy, or he wasn't consistent. So many excuses for Sam Darnold at the end of the day. I didn't like Baker Mayfield or Darnold. I actually liked Josh Allen when he was coming out, and I wanted the Browns to draft him. I wanted, and look, lo and behold, He's one of the best young quarterbacks in the National Football League. In fact, he's the blueprint if you're an NFL organization that wants to build around, and the other guys are just,
But don't you think
they're busts.
The coaching has so much more to do with it than I think we give it credit for.
Now that's the reason why I think the Giants.
You can have a great quarterback, but if you don't have a great coach, you don't have anything.
And if you don't have a great organization, you're exactly right. And putting the pieces around them and making it easier for success and progression, as we always talk about. And that's what I'm worried about with Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears. He's already in with his second offensive coordinator. I felt like if you're going to draft a Fields, you should have fired Nagy from the very get-go. He had no business staying on for another year. It's dead man walking. Everybody knows it in the National Football League. Fire him. I mean, and who'd you hire? It's not like you hired a big-time coach.
You hired a defensive-minded coach out of
right. I mean, you could have got that last year, could you not, with Matt Nagy?
No.
Could have got Dirk Cotter.
No, you
could have got Dirk Cotter and had him go in there and develop.
Dirk Cotter. Shut up.
Over and under how many more times the cat is shown going across that table before show's end? I'm going to go
back to that question about Sam Darnold. Okay. And Peter brought up something. Well, what has he done? Hold on. He was 3-0, Peter, to start the season.
Okay. Beat the Saints.
And beat the Saints. The team got injured. He got injured, and they went to hell in a handbasket. I rest my case on that.
So basically, he's a chandelier. What you're saying, he can't stay.
Anybody could be a chandelier, Pete.
I mean, I just hear all these excuses for this quarterback, like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread coming out of USC. But USC hasn't had a quarterback since Carson Palmer come out and do anything. So enough with the Sam Darnold love here. I'm ready to see Baker Mayfield, who, by the way, guys, he led the Cleveland Browns to their only playoff appearance in the last 15 years.
What?
And they got rid of him. They did the Cleveland Brown thing.
Yep.
So you're saying that if Justin Field
update 3-run homer, Reese McGuire 6-2. The White Sox are on.
Can we do a Hawk Harrelson?
So
yes.
So you're saying that Justin Fields didn't get hurt by Matt Nagy?
I definitely think he was absolutely hurt by Matt Nagy.
Yes.
It was ridiculous. He should have been fired when he had the game against the Cleveland Browns, and and that offense was so inept, and people kept on blaming, Fields as a rookie quarterback. He's a rookie quarterback. You got to get him ready. You're running the same system you ran with.
Running the same play.
Andy Dalton.
My quarterback killed 9 times in the first
Makes no sense at all. So you should have fired him from the get-go.
Did anybody say Dirk Cutter not that long ago? Let's
Dirk
run
Cutter.
the same play over and over.
Well,
again.
To Dirk's credit, his first year, they started out 3-5, and then they rebounded at 9-7. They had their fair share of injuries, but after that, it was a complete disaster. Whether it was Jameis, Deshaun Jackson,
the defense,
right? Defense was terrible. I mean, look, you can draft a first-round quarterback all you want to, but there's a reason why you're drafting a first-round quarterback, because you're not a good organization, and where that comes from is the stability with your coaching. If you keep on firing and hiring coaches every 2 to 3 years, your quarterback's not going to develop. Your fan base is going to get tired of all of it, and you're just not going to have many wins. And we've seen that. You're watching the Bucs over the years. The stability is there now. You had a transition from BA to Todd Bowles. We think that's going to work out. Of course, again, it doesn't hurt with having not having a Tom Brady at this point. But even the Bucs are going to go through that, and you have to stay the course. And if you don't, you fire the coach after 2 or 3 years, you're not going to develop anybody. So that's what you kind of worry about with the Bears. If it doesn't work out this year with Justin Fields, you're going to have a fan base say, well, Justin Fields is a bust. Let's get rid of him. No, you got to stick with them, and this organization has to stick with them, and they have to have a plan. And it certainly seems like maybe not this year they have a plan, but possibly next year with freeing up over $100 million in cap.
I think they're going to be fine offensively this year, and I'm going to tell you why. I said this on the over-under just a little while ago, and I'll make it really brief.
Yeah.
You have a new defensive head. You have a new defensive-minded head coach. Their offensive game plan is not going to be as bad as what people think, because they are going to run the football with Khalil Herbert being a backup, the kid they just drafted. Oh, and by the way, some guy by the name of David Montgomery, who's got very little mileage on his legs. Okay,
he's a stud.
You have the acquisition of N'Keal Harry, who you gave up a 7th round pick, who, by the way, is one of the better run blockers in all of football as a wide receiver.
You got to
You
keep
also
Hicks on
have-
the interior defensive line.
You know what I think about when I hear about run blocker?
Let me finish my point, okay, before I shut your mic
Finish
off.
your point. But they used to say the same thing about Michael
There you
Clayton.
go, Ray.
Lo-
There
love-
you go.
Love Michael Clayton for so many years with the Bucs, but what they used to say
Yeah.
is he's a great run blocker. The only problem with that is
the point I was trying to make is Justin
Yes.
Fields is going to have a good season this year. He's not going to throw for 5,000 yards. He's probably going to throw for 3,000, 20 touchdowns, 10 picks. But he's going to run for 500 to 700 yards, and the team's going to be very efficient on the ground. And that's what's going to develop this young man, because they can then open up that playbook either later on in the season and or next year. Baby, what do you think?
Turbo.
I got
Turbo
one
says,
more.
I don't care.
One more.
Turbo
I
says I
think
don't care.
I think that
Go
if
ahead.
they play Justin Fields correctly,
Mhm.
do that to my cat again. Play Justin Fields
Uh-oh.
correctly. You could have I definitely think that they will definitely make the over under with an over. For
I
this-
love
this
Justin
season.
Fields, but
I just have to
yeah.
say, Teresa, I'm with you. I missed you.
I was just gonna say, yeah. So Teresa said, by the way, guys, Jamie and I adore you as well, and I really miss Steven.
Look at
Glasser.
Kyle
Agreed.
Nickel there. Jerry Jones only ever bought the Super Bowl when Jimmy Johnson was there. The rest of the time, the Cowboys have been a mediocre football team. I mean,
Well, no,
Well,
I
you know
mean,
why that was.
Jerry
right?
Switzer or
Seriously, if you guys don't really remember back in the 90s that the Dallas
Jerry
Cowboys,
Switzer.
seriously, when this team was really good, did you know they actually had two planes? They had 2 planes to carry the team. Seriously.
I know
They had
this.
2
I
planes
know
on
this
the
joke.
road. Do you know why they had 2 planes? Because
Right.
one plane was for the players and the other plane was for the parole officers.
There you go. Good stuff there.
Hey, Jamie,
Dude.
Jamie, can you hear
What?
me?
Yes, Ray. I can.
True story.
Okay.
I was riding home from
True
work today.
story.
True story is I was riding home from work today and I found a genie.
You
In the bottle?
did.
The genie said, "I'll grant you one wish." You know what my wish was for?
What was it?
Eternal life.
Uh-huh.
The genie said I could not wish for eternal life. I had to pick another.
Uh-huh.
I thought for a minute. And I said, "All right, I want to live into the next time the Bears win the Super Bowl."
So you should be gone in like 2 years.
Oh,
I love her.
Listen to that.
That's why I love me
Listen to
some
that.
Jamie. That's because she
I don't
talks
know
trash.
about that, but we'll see.
I know.
I like
know.
Justin
So-
Fields.
Jamie,
Now-
tell everybody where you're from.
Jersey.
Your mom?
And how did you become a Bears fan and a Sox fan?
By injection.
There you go.
There you go. Wow.
Oh, hello.
Injection. See, there you go, Ray. You opened up the floodgates there with your
I'm
injection.
blushing.
So
Yes.
I did want to get this question out to basically Peter and Ray, but I did want to get the opinion of Harry because, obviously I wanted to get as much Buck content as I can get in here so I can clip this and throw it on as many Buck little shows as I can.
Sure.
Jake Camarda. Yes. Best punter in the league next year.
See, listen to
Wow.
you. You always talk kickers. Like
I
you
love
are the
kickers.
guy that can make a show about kickers and
Ray.
you go for 2-3 hours.
Ray
He's the only guy that
sucker.
begs for the leg.
Beg for the leg.
Begs for the leg.
Yeah.
All it-
For the leg.
like Ray, do you have a foot fetish or something? Because dude,
Ever
ever
since-
since
Wouldn't
I've
be the
known
only
you,
one in this group. Let's come
Yes.
on. Let's be serious.
Tony
Come on now.
Franklin
Henry
was the
Kennedy.
Philadelphia
and I love
Eagles
feet.
barefoot kicker.
I mean, are you like a Rex Ryan fan? You remember Rex?
Oh,
Remember
the
Rex
feet.
in that
Yeah,
video?
Rex with the
yeah,
feet.
you're a Rex Ryan.
Yes.
Fan. Yes.
Okay, so here's what I kind of want to get from your guys' perspective. This team that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has built right now is obviously built to win for a few years now. Let's say like 3 to 4 years based on some of these contracts that we got. Got
Sure.
some first round picks, obviously, here.
Right.
When we're done this season, we more than likely know that Brady is gone. Like we can kind of see the the stars are aligning.
Maybe.
for
It
him.
wouldn't shock me if he played till he was 50.
I
It
mean,
wouldn't
anyway,
shock me either.
Who
if
knows?
you keep him healthy, I
he
don't
gets-
think he goes anywhere.
If he could stay healthy, he's playing at a high level like he
Right.
was
I
last
mean-
year. I mean, what we 43
And I-
touchdowns
50's the
last
new
year?
30,
Hey, let's okay, guys.
Now-
I
Well,
hear
let's call it
Brady's
like it
upset
is.
because I hear Brady's upset right now because there's a particular quarterback in the New York Jets whose mom's kind of friends with Giselle.
Oh God! Shut up! Shut
Go
up!
ahead,
And stop
Ray.
spreading
Go ahead.
rumors.
Anyway,
Now,
what was
Call
your
it like it
question?
is. Tom Brady has a good year. Wins it. Tom Brady wins it all this year. I think he hangs it up. You walk
Correct.
out on top.
I agree.
Right.
Tom
I
Brady
agree.
comes up. Tom Brady comes up short, but has a good year and stays healthy. And Tua down there in Miami with Mike McDaniels, the new coach of those Dolphins. Now that they have Waddle and Tyreek Hill and they got Mostert and they got a good defense. If Tua doesn't come through, which I think he does, but if Tua washes out, then yeah, if Tom plays in 2023, I'd say there's a better than 50% chance that he's down there with his good buddy and the owner.
No
Stephen
way.
No way. No, I don't
way.
see no way. I don't see
mind.
Tom Brady going to
You
another
are
team.
out
No.
of your
No,
mind.
Why?
That is a dumpster fire of an organization. They are going to find out how great Tyreek Hill is without Patrick Mahomes, which is not going to be good at all. Both of those guys are going to suffer, Mahomes and Hill.
I feel kind of bad for my buddy Ray.
Why is that?
You guys, shame on both of you.
Oh no,
What?
they're both wrong.
Why would you want to lead the Tampa Bay
He's not.
Buccaneers?
He's not.
Why
He's
would you
not.
want to lead
That-
Tampa Bay? I don't
love
understand.
you.
I
this.
wouldn't.
He doesn't do that
obviously.
again.
Right. I don't
He
understand
ends
this.
his career
With the
Bucs,
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
but he ends his career as a Patriot.
Oh, of course.
Maybe one day
All right,
contract.
Patriots.
I doubt
Now-
it. I think he ends
Oh.
with the Tampa Bay
Oh, no,
Buccaneers.
no, no.
This is what I would then ask you. Obviously, let's just say he's only here for the one more year.
Okay.
Would you rather, obviously, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go into this offseason to pursue one of the more veteran quarterbacks out there?
Yes.
Or would you rather them take maybe another first-round pick to get up into the draft to get, say, our future franchise quarterback? Let's
think
start
if
with
Tom-
you.
I think if Tom Brady has taught you anything, you don't need a first-round draft pick as a quarterback. You need a good coach.
Well, you need a good coach. You also need a good
they
system.
do.
And then on top of it, look, you drafted second-round pick Kyle Trask, coaching staffs that said they like the way he looks. I mean, you invest that. I get it. Buccaneers are not great developing young quarterbacks. So I think that is your quarterback of the future. But I think it's so funny with fans saying, you know what? We're ready to move on with Tom. What are you talking about? Tom Brady gives you the best chance to win now and forever. I mean, it's like watching a WWE commercial. Past, present, and future, that is what Tom Brady is. So whenever Tom wants to walk away, let Tom walk away. If he's going to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer and give your team the best chance to win, you roll with him. I don't care if he's 185
Correct.
years old.
Agreed.
He gives you a better opportunity than Kyle Trask or any of these quarterbacks. Now,
It's true.
to answer that question, the way this team is looking, you're not going to have a high first-round pick, so you're not going to have an opportunity to get a quarterback that you want, possibly a young from Alabama. So at the end of the day, I think you roll with what you got with Trask. You roll with Brady how long ever he wants to roll with you, and you go from that point. I think fans are kind of forgetting and a little bit spoiled saying, yeah, you know, we're ready for Tom Brady to end. No, I ain't ready for Tom Brady to end. I'm ready to win another Super Bowl here. I think it's Super Bowl or bust this year. And with the team they put together and the coaching staff being kept intact, this defense can stay healthy. Gentlemen, once again, the sky's the limit. Yes.
I have a question for Andrew. Andrew, you know, I was really big and I was really high on Davis Mills getting drafted. Okay. Coming out of college, I was hoping the Bears were going to get him. I was hoping that Tampa was going to try to pick him up and kind of make him, you know, an understudy to Tom Brady. Yes or no? Do you think that Davis Mills would have fit in this system with 2 years under his belt behind Tom Brady? Do you think had they drafted him,
Davis Mills? Oh, hell yeah.
Davis Mills?
1,000%. 1,000.
I just, you know, and I can say the same thing about a particular individual quarterback that I've been beating my drum about that has not had an opportunity in the National Football League, a legit one.
Trey Lance.
No, who's been the number 10 pick overall, originally by the Cardinals. He also played for the Buccaneers back on the practice squad. He played for the Miami Dolphins. Who am I talking about? Because everybody knows I keep hitting that drum. What's the difference?
Josh Rosen. Well,
So what's the difference?
Josh Rosen.
yeah, the difference is
Don't say that. Someone will appear.
I know. I was like, he's going to
Well,
appear.
you know, to that point, Josh Rosen has gotten plenty of opportunities to try to start quarterback. I mean, he got an opportunity, got picked up by the Bucs, got picked up by the Dolphins. They didn't like what he had. So he's done. And it's a shame, but you know, that's the way first round quarterbacks are going right now. It used to be, look, you draft a quarterback and you spend 5 years trying to develop him. But now you look at what the Cardinals did. They get a Kyler Murray. After you drafted Josh Rosen. So for me, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a team out there that does the same thing. Maybe the New York Giants eventually are the team, because Daniel Jones, I get it. The organization hasn't given him a lot and he's got potential. He has too many turnovers for me. And to me, he's a turnover machine. So I'm waiting to see him do something this year. And if he doesn't, he'll be the next quarterback out of New York.
Has to be.
Hey
Yep.
guys, this was really, really fun, and I'm way more comfortable than I thought I would be. So
That's awesome.
That's good. See, there you go. You're comfortable.
cheers out,
That's
but I'm gonna
good.
let Harry finish it.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna finish.
Yeah,
it.
you're gonna
Come on.
finish out,
I was
Harry. Come
gonna
on.
say, yeah.
She's
Thank
done.
you for coming on, Jamie. Bye.
Thanks, Jamie. There you go. See, good stuff there on North Sports Dynasty.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got
Gotta love
Jamie here. We got some info today that we didn't know. The Peter is the one that actually made Tampa Bay Rays nicknames, which we're
Yeah.
just waiting for. He had to pop out here. I'm not sure if he's popping back in.
No, I think he went dead.
I think
You
I
went
think
dead?
he went. I think he's gonna probably come over here and bug us.
No, I think he went dead.
Really? Why?
He would have been on already. He had something going on with his laptop.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
only-
That's
the
what
only
that's
time
what I
that
Well,
got.
that's why you got to
happens
keep
with
it plugged in.
Damn
I
me
keep on
about it.
telling you guys
Tell
that.
me about it.
I mean,
So-
I had to find out the hard way for that.
This was a lot of fun.
I heard.
It was.
I had heard about that. So yes,
Real quick story.
Yep.
Outback Bowl this year, on the field, getting ready to do a live shot. Football players running by, confetti falling down. Computer is blinking. I'm like, what
Oh
is
my God, I
going on?
remember that.
Yeah, I wanted to go crazy. We got a live shot in, but we
I
did not get the
did.
live shot in.
oh Jesus.
Uh,
See, and that's
dumb.
technology though. See, this is why we need to go back to the
Incoming.
days.
I knew he was coming over.
No, I'm talking about the cat.
Oh.
No,
Oh.
not that. The cat. When he sees someone walking towards that front door, he sneaks around the couch
There
and
he
tries to
is.
get to that door and just bam. Oh, is that
There
him?
he is.
There he is.
There he
Old Ray, would you stop you?
Oh,
you,
my friend Ray, I
you-
love this country.
you forgot to plug it in, didn't you?
Jesus Christ, man, it's like Lou Ferrigno.
Look at this
Hell
guy.
yeah,
Look
look
at
at
flex
this.
again. Flex on him.
Ooh,
at that.
great.
Look at that. Whoa, look. He's got definition in the triceps.
Well,
Look
let me
at
tell you
that.
something.
Oh, you
For
wanna see
58
tricep?
years old, the guy's got a lot of the.
58
Bro, that's
years old.
58.
No, he is.
Well, then you're 70. Look at this. It's 78. It's 58.
So
Hey, Ray,
Andrew,
I can say this live. Don't forget, as soon as you're done over there, you don't have family over at the house. I'm taking Peter. Jamie wants to run over here to the local pub. We're gonna get some wings, drink a beer, hop in the car with us. We're not
Oh,
staying
brother.
long. We don't want to hear no.
No, I
bullshit.
don't want to
Just
hear
come
old
over.
brother. You're
No,
coming, okay?
I just put chicken fillets in the oven. They're cooking.
Bro,
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
care
doing.
about your Chick-fil-A's, okay?
Yeah, you're gonna have to figure
it's
it
not
out.
Chick-fil-A.
Now,
Just
Drew-
come with us.
now,
Stop.
Drew,
I gotta
I
kick
wish
you out
you
of
were
here,
here.
guys. So
Drew, I'm
I-
gonna tell you right
dude.
now. I wish you were here.
So did we ever get around to talking about the Deshaun Watson? That I'm
Oh
waiting.
God!
I'm just
How-
saying-
how to ruin a show there with three things. Let's talk, or what? 3-4 words. Let's talk about Deshaun Watson. Let's not, because
There's gonna
here's the
be a-
thing. Nobody knows if this guy. And why are you doing that when I'm talking?
I don't know. It's better than the
Hey,
cat show.
Joe.
Just ask him for anything.
Peter.
I guess so. Okay, here's the thing. And Christopher Cole says he has guns too. I believe him. He definitely has guns. Bazooka's there. Welcome to the gun show. Deshaun Watson. Nobody really knows if the guy is going to get suspended or not, or
They
how
just,
long.
Oh, by the way, Houston this is breaking news. They just
Yes.
settled with all
30.
women.
30.
For their allegations.
And there's
They settled
another.
with
There's
them.
another 60 that are
Let-
waiting at the door.
Let me repeat it.
30 women. That's what we're talking about. You're
Oh,
still
but
trying to say.
please, come on,
30
Peter.
for
That
30.
doesn't mean he did anything.
Oh
wrong.
my God! Right. He got
The
set up.
judge,
He's
the judge looked at 4 cases.
he's a troubled young man, and I get it. No jury has convicted him, but 30 allegations along with another 60 according to various reports. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Eight
People
games.
He
saying,
definitely feels good.
8 games.
I guess. I mean, if you get that many massages, you
Eight.
should feel good.
8 games, Andrew.
he should get 2. He should get 2 years, in my opinion.
He should get 2
He
years. You're
should
exactly
never,
right.
He should
Full
never
years.
play another down in the
I
National
also kind of
Football
agree
League.
with. Now,
Okay.
obviously, this is.
Come on, man.
Before we go, I will state this because I've stated this on NSD before. Everyone obviously is innocent until proven guilty. There
Right.
may be something that he may not legally be able to say because it may classify him in a certain degree, and it may classify some of these women in a certain light. Who knows? It may be the complete opposite way. It can maybe something completely different. Until we get full news of this, we can all project what we think is going to happen, but we also can think of what we all think of him. I just think the Browns made the stupidest decision ever, giving him all that money and giving all those picks, because now Houston's going to have one of the greatest rebuilds of all time if he stays out, right? It's going to be
Yeah.
2 top 10 picks.
You know,
next
by
year,
the time
so.
the attorneys are done with this, they're going to say, well, he didn't actually ejaculate from both. It was only
Yeah.
one.
Oh, geez.
It's gonna be something like that. And I
Was he
hate
going
to
to
say
be?
it like
Was
that,
he
but-
Bill Clinton now? I did
mean,
not
I
have
didn't-
sexual relations
I
with
did
that
not
woman.
have
I mean,
It
that's
was
where
the
we're going.
cigar that touched
Oh,
it.
God.
Oh, wait. So
Oh,
what? He's Donald.
geez.
Hey, he's Donald Trump, and he can grab him into the JJ because he's famous.
Oh,
What are we
geez.
doing here?
You
Is that we
know-
going
But
left or
but
right here, Pete?
But
Pick
you know what?
Pick a
I'm
side.
going to tell you right now, there's nothing I wouldn't do right now for a mean tweet. Okay?
Oh, I'm not.
A mean tweet. I wouldn't do nothing for
Don't
a
do
mean
it.
tweet.
Don't
I'm
do it.
sorry.
Don't
I'm
do it.
spending $5
People are
a
gonna
gallon.
hate-
I don't care if they hate
I
me.
know. I mean, I
I'm not
spent
going there.
$50, and I didn't even get a full gallon.
And
a
just to
full
let
gas
everybody
tank.
know, I ride the middle. I am not left. I am not right. But all I'm going to say is this. And by the way, you made one comment. You said everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Not in this situation. In today's day and age, unfortunately, in this country, you're just automatically guilty.
Yeah, I mean,
And if they don't like what you're doing, someone's going to cancel it.
I mean,
No matter what it is.
how many allegations does somebody have to have until we say, you know what, that guy's probably messed up?
Well, there's
somehow.
only 60.
Right?
There should be 61, and then
Right.
maybe we'll look at it.
Right.
I think at 6, we were probably thinking like, oh, maybe this guy's got a problem. At 30, we should all be on the same board that this guy has a problem.
can
Well,
you-
guys, if I can, for 1 second, don't
You're
forget,
just
we
a
live
hater.
Yeah,
we
that's
live
what
in-
you are, Ray.
we live in a country where a guy threatens his entire family's death.
Mm.
The police go to his house and they remove every sharp object. They remove an old samurai sword he had. They remove every knife he had in his house. But yet, 6 months later, he goes and buys an AK-47 and goes shoot people up in that Chicago parade in July
Unreal.
there in
Isn't
Chicago.
that just so sad?
Yeah.
By the way,
So we could talk. Well, hold on. We could talk about what we need to do to make changes and this and that. But don't forget, we live in a society that you can literally be on the list. You can literally, your family members tell the police you threaten to kill them. The police will come and remove any sharp object, but no background check to buy an AK-47. Let's get that fucking shit fixed, and then we can start making the North American continent a little bit safer to be in. And friends
know
like
what?
my boy Andrew can come down
Well,
here.
you know what?
here,
And you know
to-
what? I
to-
agree. I just
to-
have one last thing to say.
Yes.
I just want to follow what Ray just said.
Right.
You know what I'd like to see is, regardless of your race, color, creed, religion, sexual orientation, or how you identify yourself, I don't really give a shit. Everybody should just love one another and respect one another. The end.
Let's take a semi-pro.
That's
ELE. Everyone love everyone, right? I mean, that was a great movie with Will Ferrell. If you ever watched it, you ever seen
I don't
it?
know what I don't
Jackie
care what
Moon?
it is. I'm
No.
just saying.
No, I
It's a
agree.
good
ELE,
movie.
everyone love everyone. You're exactly right. But to that point, what Ray,
Except if you're a Saints fan.
right?
we
Well,
just-
except you're a Saints fan.
We just
But-
got political.
But we did.
Hey,
But
Andrew.
here's the thing with Ray.
Welcome,
Thanks, Ray. You
Look-
just made me jump on that rabbit
Look, Ray,
hole.
I understand where you're coming from, but then again, I mean, if you do have those gun regulations, who's to stop the criminals from getting them? The criminals are still going to get them.
Oh, and Ray, just
So-
to let you know,
Happens
it's
in
illegal
Canada,
to own a
too.
firearm in the city of Chicago. Just throwing that
I mean,
out
there's people, there's stupid people all the time. So I don't think you should just, take everybody's guns away or whatever else. I mean, I think there's,
Whoa. I didn't say take everyone's guns away. I just said if the guy's a fucking psychotic with a mental health history, make him pass a few tests. Have him pull his dick out. Let him do a checkoff. Let him do the test that says, I like people. I don't like people. I hit you. I'll kill you. And then we can decide.
Are you actually talking about doing a background check?
or you focus on mental health at the end of the day, and you try to get that situation
Well,
taken
that is
care of,
true,
because
Pete.
Or you
Right.
move to Canada.
but everybody's so quick to say take everybody's guns and
No,
limit
not
this
taking
and limit
everybody's guns.
that.
Andrew, in Canada.
It's still
Hurry,
going
Andrew.
on. It doesn't
Hurry,
matter.
Andrew. Come down.
Andrew.
The water's warm, buddy.
Right.
Andrew, I don't have the answer to this, but I'm coming to Canada. Andrew, I live in Canada. I do not know the answer to this. I threaten my entire family with bodily harm, and the police come and take all my sharp
Allegedly.
objects. Will I be able to buy an AK-47 anytime soon?
Not in Canada. We don't have AK-47. We got little pistols. and stuff like that.
Pistolas.
They got little
It's still, a
pistols.
gun's a gun. You can.
That's true.
It's sad. It's sad we're talking about this,
Guns
and
don't
I
kill
get
people.
people
with
kill.
guns.
That's it.
Thank
You know, I was
you.
talking.
just
I was
about
talking
say
to
that, too.
somebody. I'm going to leave his name. I'm going to leave him nameless today. Very prominent figure in the city of Chicago, big sports time media, and he just so happens to live in the town where the mass shootings happened. And you could hear the hurt in his voice.
Yes.
But let me tell you something. He said it best. He said there is no reason to have assault weapons.
Mm.
There's just no reason to have to be sold. What do you need it for, hunting? What do you need assault weapons to hunt for?
Ray, get back in here. Ray.
I was trying to go back.
I mean, that's your right. That's your
Ray-
right in this country.
Listen,
You know?
Ray, I was trying to close this out and give you guys
I own a
proper
firearm.
entry.
Right. Well,
exit,
I think a lot of people own a
I
firearm.
own a firearm.
I've
but
shot
there's
it.
reasons for
Right.
that.
Right. There's reasons for it. But it's also to protect yourself. Roger Shoe says that every gun you purchase, you have to pass a background check.
Yeah.
I think what it comes under fire is, and what is so disrespectful these days is when you have a tragedy like you had in Texas with what happened, and it shouldn't have happened. Those cops should have did a better job of doing their job instead of putting hand sanitizer on their hands and sitting there with their thumb up their nose, because you would have saved somebody's lives. That's what it's really about proper training. And
there's 600 to 800 needless deaths in the south side of Chicago, all handled within a 2-mile square radius.
Right.
There's
Needlessly.
44,000.
Nobody talks about that.
There's 44,000 gun deaths a year in the United States alone.
But nobody talks
but
about
it
what he's
just-
saying
but it
when it
just-
comes to Chicago.
but
Nobody.
just-
It's
but
just
just
a
in the-
normal thing.
But
It's
just in the south
normal.
side, it's a 2-square-mile radius.
Right.
They have to. It's a flawed system. But you know what? There's not a country.
Can I be honest
There's
with you?
not a country
I think
in
they
this
want it
world-
to happen in that
Listen,
area.
Listen, I don't think that.
I do,
would hate to
and
think that.
I'll quote a movie. I think it goes back to what, Boys in the Hood. I mean, did anybody see that in the 90s where he basically said there's a liquor store in every corner, there's this, there's that. Why? Because they want them to kill each other. You never hear outcry on media about what's going on in Chicago and the South Side. It's just a normal thing. But when something comes out about school shooting or something along the lines, oh, we need to get rid of guns. Why aren't you saying the same thing? Why aren't you addressing it in both areas?
But you guys
and that's the problem. You're not.
The point I was trying to make was there's a lot of needless deaths there. Okay. And it happens in a 2-square-mile radius. I'm telling you for a fact, didn't live very far away from the actual shootings where they're happening in the South Side there when I was growing up. You cannot get a police officer there. You got a first responder to go and actually report after sundown until sunrise. You know why? Because when they do the report to it, if it's an ambulance or a fire truck, there's people sitting up on top of buildings taking pot shots.
Sure. I mean, it's
You know,
it's the Wild West.
I mean,
So you're right. Don't take the guns away because that sounds like fun,
but hold on, Ray. It's illegal in the city.
right?
They're acquiring these illegally.
But here's the thing: even if you take
Okay,
the guns
hold on.
away, who's
Seriously,
stopping the
this is-
criminals
I
from
waited-
getting them?
I waited for Ray to come back and say that.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, it's flawed, Ray, because honestly, they're illegal to own. You cannot. It's mind-boggling, Ray, how they acquire these pistols, and a lot of them are happening from people that are smuggling them into the country.
I'll tell you what, though, Harry. If I got a guy coming into my kid's school, and or if a guy walks into Winn-Dixie tomorrow, and I'm with my kids, that motherfucker's got a pistol. I'll take my shot, and I may take a shot, but that motherfucker's dead. But he's got an AK-47, which, by the way, why the fuck do you need an AK-47 to go hunting? There isn't a deer, there isn't a bear, there isn't a fucking bison, there's not a goddamn elk. That you need if you need an AK-47 to hunt, then you're a fucking retarded asshole and can't shoot
hold
straight.
on.
Whoa.
Have you seen moose up here in Canada?
Get a big moose gun.
What do you think an AK-47
musket.
is? It's a
Musket.
moose gun.
I want a
Musket.
musket.
With a
I want a
musket.
musket.
So the point I'm trying to make is with all the needless shootings that are happening down there, it's illegal to own a firearm. It is bad, Peter. You do bring some valid points to it, but here's the part: it's not that talked about that much because everything is politicized.
Correct.
That's why
It
I
doesn't
said-
fit the narrative.
That's why I said
right.
stop with all the political crap. Stop leaning left. Stop leaning right.
Yes.
Everybody just needs to get along, and everybody just needs to love and respect one another.
By the way, riddle me this, Batman. How does a poor kid come up with so many arms and weapons, and how is he driving a $70,000 vehicle if he's poor? How does he get a hold of that? I mean, those are the kind of questions we need to start asking ourselves. What the hell is going on? And I hate to say, but is there something going on to try to paint this narrative that we need to get rid of guns instead of what the real problem was? Guys that are cops there should have been doing their job, and if they were doing their job correctly, like they were supposed to, then maybe we wouldn't have so many deaths. Because if you watch the video, it's pitiful.
Now, what Ray showed, those should be illegal.
It is. You can't even. You got. These are registered.
Oh, just put them away. Just put them away. We're out of here, guys.
I was gonna say. What is illegal?
What's up?
It should be illegal. all four of us having to do a show like this. Like this seems like it should be illegal to have this much fun.
It's
and
legal.
this many
It was.
fans. Like
It's a
you
lot
see
of
how
fun.
many comments and shares that we've got here. You've got your Roger in here, Christopher Cole. We even saw,
Roger says he owns an AK.
no, he says he doesn't own an AK.
He doesn't own an AK, but he definitely does have some
Roger
weapons.
does own an AK.
Who does
I
own
did-
an AK?
Yes, he does.
I
Okay.
did
I
want
own
to
an
get a
AK.
couple.
I love it. So
Couple of shout outs to some people we have not seen here at NSD before. Jamie Mary Kinlan Berg. She was popping into the section there. That's your wife.
that's your wife right there.
That's
Popping
your
in.
wife.
That's your
puto.
wife.
Your wife.
How would Christopher Walken say it, Andrew?
Oh, you see, you gotta give me time. I gotta get prepared. See, I'm in a nice high voice. I have to keep it low. And the
All
one
right, all right.
person that really would have wanted it is joined in earlier.
JC.
JC Allen. And by the
My
way,
boy.
let's not forget about the late great Alex Fleming. I mean, we had
Rest in peace.
we had some disagreements with the guy, but goodness gracious, the flamethrower doing shows with him and
The guy
getting
was
an up. Yeah,
He brought the
absolute
knowledge.
beauty.
He
brought
did.
the knowledge.
he brought the knowledge. He fire you up. I remember getting,
See,
getting
Uh,
fired up with him a couple
and
times.
Fred Huebner tuning in tonight saying, sure, show is out of control, but fun to watch. That's
Sure.
one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because it literally,
Fred,
you
thank
go
you for
through
coming to the
this-
dark side tonight.
Thanks, Fred.
yeah,
That's a Chicago legend right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Fred Huebner.
Obama.
What's
Fred
his,
Huebner.
what's his show there?
You shut
the
up,
best.
Tampa Bay Ray. Shut up. And then,
What did Ray
Who?
say?
Barack
I don't know
Obama.
what he's saying.
He said that's he says the Chicago legend. I said who? Barack Obama.
Oh God.
What's his show there, Mr. Harry the Greek?
For me,
No, for
Huebner.
Fred Huebner's on 1252 Sports, same platform I broadcast
Yes.
from. He has Hubes, Views, and Brews Monday evenings. It's
Good
awesome.
stuff.
It's
Great
across
stuff.
about talking about everything in sports, including soccer, all the way to all the craft beers from around the country. And I'll tell you what, he likes his craft beer. It's a lot of fun to watch this show. And I'm telling you guys, when you get a chance, you want to tune in because it's just a wealth of knowledge, not useless knowledge, a wealth of really good knowledge.
Now, speaking of wealth of knowledge, we'll go around the horn here and get you guys out of here so that I can go fire off my gun, if you know what I mean here. Anyways, Mr. Ray Kennedy.
It's your love gun.
It was,
I'm
it was only a testicle, not
I'm-
those.
Will you shut up and be
I'm listening
quiet?
to Gene Simmons tonight. I'm sorry, gents.
Woo.
Mr. Ray Kennedy, I would like you to tell me where everybody can find you.
Well, first of all, it's my favorite time of the year. As I've already stated, I'm
Closet.
leaving Monday. Shut up, Harry. shut the fuck up in the back.
Hey, great job there.
Can
Ray.
you mute them? Can you mute them, Faubert?
No. I'm
I don't-
watching Harry through my window with my binoculars.
Great job, Ray.
But this is my favorite time of the year because we're getting ready for camp. We're 2 weeks away from camp and writing for Bucs Report. One of the reasons why I love to write is that I'm always diving into the numbers, diving
That's
into the
right.
backstories of Kate Otten, a Logan, our offensive rookies, our defensive rookies, our free agents, our Pat Camarda. Or is it going to be Borgalis or Matt Suckup at kicker this year? So one of the reasons why I
Matt
like writing
Suckup?
about it so much is it gives me great. It gives me imagine, Andrew, going back when you were in school and the teacher gave you an assignment, you had to really dig into something and you find out you really loved it. So you really dug into it. Not only did it make your writing about it better, but at the end of the day, you learned something you really liked. And that's why I like writing for Bucs Report this time of year. So I'm really going to start diving into all these stories. So look for me on Bucs Report or on my Cup of Ray on my YouTube channel or anywhere else I may be. But thanks for having me tonight, my friend.
Dude, I appreciate immensely the fact that you were here
My
tonight.
boy.
Good job.
All right, let's get both of you to tell us exactly. You can figure out between the both of you exactly who can go first. But
You go first.
All right, it's the evolution of Sports Talk Television Monday and Wednesday nights, usually on Amped Up Sports, The Hub, and of course, I Love St. Pete at 9 o'clock. And then, of course, locally, CW44 every night at 10 o'clock. I'm your host, Peter Blake. How do we say it? How do we do it? 3 things. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake.
Giving you something to talk about.
There you go. Good stuff.
How about me?
How about you? What about you?
yeah, Harry, where do
What
we
about
find
you?
you?
Well, you know where people can find me? Staring at Ray Kennedy.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm kidding. Every Friday night you can catch me right live on 1252 Sports. It's a show called The Over Under. We talk a little bit about sports. Actually, a lot about sports and a lot about gambling.
Yes.
And usually during the week on the Sports Web with Mr. Peter Blake.
Yes, that's right.
And
You usually
Andrew,
do.
you know the same, my brother. I always say it. Keep your bets low and your returns high.
Damn right. Gentlemen, thank you so much again for being here tonight. It has been a pleasure. Harry, it is good to see you as always. And
Oh,
Peter,
my brother.
been
This
a
is my
while.
brother.
But
Yes.
it is good to see you as well. Doing big things, buddy. Keep it up, because when I come down to Tampa, I'm either passing out naked on a beach or on one of your guys' couches. So be
Or the
prepared.
pool.
At the
Or the
pool. There you
pools.
go.
Or
You got
the
a pool in
pool.
the
There we
back.
go.
You got Uncle Ray next
but
door
buddy,
there
those
with his
stories-
binoculars.
Those stories about Ray just, comes over,
And
opens up
just
the
comes
side
up,
door.
that's
Just,
it. Yeah.
you hear, all of a sudden you hear, I was like,
Ray.
what the hell is that?
Who's
My
Ray?
wife's going, oh, it's
Hey,
just Ray in the
hey
pool.
guys.
And to all my Canadian friends, if you're wondering where the heck I am passed out, or if you can't hear from me when I am down in Tampa, there's where you know you can find me.
Thanks
of
for
these
everybody
two
for
guys,
tuning in and watching us too, by the way. We love you guys. Thank you
Much
so
love
much
to
for
you
having
guys.
us on. Drew, don't be a stranger.
Big board.
I will never be a stranger. Whenever
Big
I'm
boards
out
in the house.
working,
Oh,
you know
in
where
full
I'm at.
disclosure, for any political things that we may have upset you about, just make sure you email and direct message Ray Kennedy at Facebook.
That's right. Facebook.
Exactly.
Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay, right there. There you go.
Thanks a lot, gents. Have yourselves a great night. We'll talk to you again soon.
See you.
All right, everybody. What a show. What a show. What a show. What a show. We had Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay, 2019 Writer of the Year, Ray Kennedy. We had Harry the Greek from 1252 Chicago Sports, the host of the most of the Over and Under. And of course, Peter Blake, the host of Amped Up Sports' The Sports Web, the host, maybe not the host, my apologies, but CW44's Tampa Bay's very own Peter Blake, bringing the passion, bringing the heat. You know how it is. And me, well, this is NSD, where we're allowed to basically talk and do everything. It's just how it is, baby. Doesn't matter if people are going live when we are. We always got our fan base here, and we appreciate every single one of you who has decided to be with us tonight. Much love to everybody in the comment section tonight. If you want to get this show big and bad and for everybody to see, remember to give it a like and a share and a follow. The amount of love that we've seen today is absolutely insane. So we appreciate it. Thank you so much. I am going to be back next Friday, obviously. We're going to have more guests on because this thing is not going to stop. The wheels on the bus go round and round until I slow it down, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's wedding weekend. I need to go drink. So let's get you out of here with the intro to the guys, and then obviously with the intro of the show, and then it'll be done. Much love to everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Ciao, ciao.